Vastu versus destiny and karma. Have you ever wondered what is the connection between Vastu, destiny, and karma? In this episode, you'll get the answer to this question. Hi, this is Vasudevan, author of Follow Your Heart, Your Brain is Stupid. This channel is dedicated to those who wish to take charge and to create for themselves a life of freedom, joy, and happiness. Let's jump right into the show. Hi, Arun. Welcome to my
Hi.
show once again. Viewers, we have with us Arun Prabhu. I'm sure you would have loved his previous episodes with us in this chat show. And this is the fourth time that Arun is coming over. And this time we are going to have even a more interesting topic that we are going to talk about. For the benefit of those who have not watched the previous episode, I need to introduce Arun to you. I feel nice to introduce him, so I'm going to introduce him. For those of
Thank
you
you
who
so much.
already,
Thank you so
for
much.
those of you who watch it, you might find it boring, but just bear with us. This is for myself as well as for the new viewers. Okay. Arun Prabhu is a mechanical engineer and a postgraduate in management by education. He's an IT entrepreneur by profession, and he's an author, coach, a theater artist, and a movie maker by passion. He calls himself a nomad in search of answers to existence. Arun has authored 2 books, and the 3 more books are in the pipeline. So don't miss out on his book. He's written it very beautifully. Everything what he's written is from his heart, and that's what I loved about it. I'm reading the first book. I'm about halfway through, Arun. I'm not, and I'll definitely give you
Thank you so
feedback
much.
once I finish. Because right now I'm busy
Sure.
getting ready for our travel, so that's the reason
Yeah.
I couldn't really spend time. Otherwise, I would have finished the book by now. Okay,
Thank you.
guys. In the last episode, as usual, Arun's episodes are really always interesting. It was on astrology versus destiny and karma, and what's the link? What's the relationship between these two? How should we leverage on the knowledge that we get from astrology in our lives? That's what he covered. It's very interesting. And if you're not watched that, please watch that episode. It will give you a very good perspective, because what we are covering now right now is our topics which are at the top of our head, and I love the analogies he gives. So just watch it. The link to that episode is there in the description, as well as I'll share it at the end of this episode. Right. This episode is on Vastu versus destiny and karma, and what is the connection between these two. Okay. I want to share a disclaimer right here before we move on. This episode is not about endorsing Vastu Shastra or passing any judgment on it. No, not at all. That's not the purpose. It is to understand how it fits into astrology or karma or destiny. That's the purpose of this episode. Okay. Arun, Vastu Shastra, just like astrology, is another science where where people have just by making a few logistical and structural changes or locational changes, people have experienced amazing benefits, be it in their fortunes, in their relationships, in their business, their health, etc. This is always intrigued me. If you can share with us, how does this happen, and what is the
Hmm.
relationship between Vastu and our destiny?
Great question. Great question. See, if people have followed our last 3 episodes, one point which we have made very clear is that karma is the utmost, the foremost thing of our life. If we have taken birth on this planet,
Right.
I'll talk about only this planet. I'll not talk about other dimensions where there are other dimensions also. I'm just talking about the specific period for which we have reincarnated on this planet, is that we have some karmas to be done. You know, there
Right.
has to be some karma. as long as we live, we are doing karma. Either we are eating something, we are doing something, we are talking to something, we are sharing something. We cannot be a karmic here. You cannot say ki I am not. Even if you are sleeping, it's a karma. You're doing some action. And we talked about cause and effect. There is no cause which doesn't have an effect, and there is no effect which didn't have a cause. Fine. So the same thing. So destiny is all about what you did. Destiny is the effect, karma is the cause. Fine. Now, how do we actually do any cause? For example, I'll give you another analogy. Uh, if you go and sit in a temple, fine, in a temple or in any place of worship, what are the thoughts which will come to you? What are the thoughts? If you sit for, that's why I said, no, you should sit in a temple or somewhere. You don't be in a hurry. Just sit there for 15 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes, an hour. Supposing someone sits there for half an hour or 1 hour, what would be the thoughts which would be coming? I would like to, now I become the questionnaire. I would like to ask you, what will be the thoughts which will come?
Generally, what I experience, peace, tranquility, calmness, and generally all the thoughts, all the emotions which are linked to positivity. I forget about any stress that I'm there. That just vanishes. I really feel good and happy. Those are my thoughts.
Great, wonderful. Now, supposingly the same 1 hour you spend in a bar, which has got, everyone is drinking, dancing, loud music, taka, taka, taka. What will be your feelings? And you are sitting there for one hour. Maybe you are drinking or maybe you're not drinking. It's immaterial. You accompany your friend and the friends are drinking, boozing, and dancing. What will be your reaction?
I mean, at that point, I maybe feeling it's fine. Not really a very great feeling, but it's just like, okay, yeah, let's enjoy that sort of a feeling. But
Excellent.
nothing
So, yes,
nothing about it's not that you
absolutely,
feel
absolutely.
hajar happy or peace, nothing. No, it you start looking at different things, what are other people are doing, and then you start also sometimes you start thinking, "Arey, that person is having that dress, I'm not wearing that dress." All those, it's a little more of
All
the
those things.
comparison, all
And,
the
and, and
nonsense.
maybe,
Yeah,
absolutely. And maybe you also would start dancing. Everyone is dancing, you'll
yeah,
start dance. And even if you don't know how to dance, you'll dance there. Fine.
right,
What's the
yeah.
point which I want to drive at?
uh,
Will the actions be different? Will you be actually sitting in a temple and suddenly you feel like dancing? Oh, with loud music, da da da. Would you want to dance there?
no, not at
Fine.
all.
And similarly, if you are sitting in a bar, you can't just have that meditation mudra and say, "Wow, what the point which I'm
Yeah,
yeah, the point which I'm trying to drive
yes,
is everything around us is a vibration.
okay,
Everything,
right.
whether it's a see, it has been proven that this whole universe is nothing but vibration.
Mm,
That's another topic for another discussion. But we are all vibrations. Nothing. There is nothing. Even every mass is just a vibration emitting a certain frequency.
right.
And our eyes can only observe the difference in frequencies. So
Mm,
that is why we cannot see the air, because the air frequency is not, our eyes cannot detect the air frequency. That is why we don't know air is there. We can only feel the air. But I can feel this laptop, I can feel the glass and everything, because that glass vibration comes under the same frequency which my eyes can catch. Fine. So everything in this universe, whether living or non-living, is just a vibration. Now,
mm,
if it's a vibration, it is going to affect everything around it. You
right.
know, we did this tuning fork example in our class, where there were two tuning forks which are not bound by together. But if you vibrate one tuning fork, the other tuning fork also vibrates at the same frequency.
Correct, correct. I remember that. Yeah.
I can show you that video also, which you can put it here for clarifying that.
You can also verify its frequency. One of the most famous demonstrations is that of resonance. I have these two tuning forks which are on the same frequency, 256. If I sound one of them, the sound gets transported to the other through resonance. And back again. Here's a way you can enhance the demonstration. I've hung a ping pong ball on a string and it's up against the edge of one of the tuning forks. Watch what happens.
So it's so surprising that if you vibrate one tuning fork at a certain frequency, the other tuning fork vibrates the same frequency, with involuntarily cannot help not vibrating. See, I'm again stressing, the other tuning fork cannot help not vibrating, it will vibrate because it doesn't have consciousness, it doesn't have control on themselves. Most of us don't have this thing. Maybe we are all tuning forks. Actually, we are all tuning forks. We vibrate with all the vibrations around.
Right.
And that is why in my last also said astrology and everything, if a person is on the spiritual journey, nothing will affect because he has mastered his own frequency. Even if the tuning fork is vibrating at 434 hertz, this tuning fork will not vibrate because he has mastered his, and that is what meditation and what we talk about, in all those sadhanas and all, mastering your frequency. So if we are not able to master our frequency, then we need all those things which are external aids. Fine. Now, what is Vastu Shastra? Vastu Shastra is a science of negating the negative frequencies through placements of different objects at different places and different types of objects. For example, a simple analogy is this. If you go to a garden, you will feel peaceful. Fine. So having a garden at your home with good flowers will bring peace into you. Now, if you say it is Vastu Shastra, yes, it's Vastu Shastra. But again, it's all about frequencies. If you have a discotheque in your home and one of your, say, son or one of your brother, he likes loud music, so he may be enjoying, but all others are disturbed. Again, it's the same Vastu Shastra that you are doing something which is vibrating on a frequency which is not acceptable to others. So when any Vastu Shastra says that this thing should be placed here, this prism should be placed here, this thing should be placed here, the direction should be this is all study of good vibrations and negative vibrations. So when you have negative vibrations, for example, if you go to a butcher's home, wherever there is animals being cut, that has got a very negative vibrations. It will attract negative things. Always remember one thing, negative vibrations, attract negative frequencies. Positive vibrations attract positive frequencies. Now, if you are in control of yourself, it doesn't matter. But if you are not in control of yourself, if you sit in a butcher's place for 1 hour, you will have those tendencies of, tamasic tendencies getting into you.
Right.
But if you sit, by just sitting, I'm not saying any karmas, you just sit, you don't buy anything. You sit there in a butcher's place, or you sit there in a graveyard for 1 hour, all the vibrations inside you will become tamasic or will become negative. And if the vibrations are negative, what are the thoughts which will come? The thoughts which will come will be negative. Now, when we say karma, and in my first episode, I had explained this, karma is not action. Karma starts from the thought process.
Thoughts. Right.
Okay. So what happens is, if you are sitting in a place which has got negative vibrations, you will start vibrating in a negative frame of mind. And when you start vibrating a negative frame of mind, then the decision which you take would be negative.
Correct. Right.
You can't, I'll give you another analogy. You can't sit in a graveyard for 1 hour and come back and say, oh, I'll take risk. I will stop, I'll, quit my job and I'll do business and let me see, I'll become successful. Can you feel that way of sitting 1 hour in a graveyard and coming out so motivated in life that, wow, I found that, yes, I can do it?
No.
Will you do? Any person.
Right.
But at the same time, if you sit in a motivational seminar when somebody is motivating you, and that again is vibrational, you sit there for 1 hour, you come out and say, I'm going to give resignation right now and start my own business. I know I will succeed. You are the same person. See, you are the same person. But the environment has affected you so much that when you listen to it, that's why we say the motivation doesn't last long, because the moment you are out of the motivational vibration, you come outside and you come face to face with the graveyard, you say, "Arey yaar, kuch bhi karke kya fayda? Aakhir to marna hi hai. Why take risk?"
Right.
So we are so brittle in our thoughts. We are so brittle in our thoughts. So what we need is a constant reminder to us. And constant reminder is something which you place in front of you.
Okay.
So when you're in your desk, and if there is a constant reminder, something emitting positive vibrations, so it will help you. It's like, again, distractor. It will help you. No, 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 Arun, you can do it. No, 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 you can do it. No, no. Now, no, no, Arun, you can do it is coming from the vibration of the object which I've placed in front of my desk. So Vastu Shastra is nothing but placing the right vibrations to support you. Where is Vastu Shastra, where is Feng Shui, anything, any science, all science have got meaning if you do it in the right perspective and if you understand. Fine. Now the question here is what to do if you don't, if the advice given is right or wrong. Obviously, yes, you cannot judge it. So the best thing is always and always dig deep inside, make your vibrations good. And then that's also very easy. And that you have to do only once. All other things you have to do lifetime. You have to once master yourself. And once you have mastered, it's like learning to drive. Once you have learned how to drive, you don't have to learn it every time. But if you don't know driving, then you need a driver.
Got it.
So either learn driving, drive your car, or no worries, become a passenger. Let Vastu, astrology, numerology do the driving for you. Let them do the driving for you. So nothing wrong in both. Not being judgmental. Nothing wrong in becoming a passenger. Nothing wrong in becoming a driver. Choice is ours. Could I explain?
Perfect. Yeah, perfect. In fact, that means if you believe and you make those changes, they are going to help you. The karmas that will get induced, and what you do can ultimately change your destiny. Is that a right?
Absolutely. Ultimately, it is like changing your destiny. So how you can change your destiny? It's like going to a destination. You want to go to, the hilly area somewhere, okay? And you want to take the car. Now there are two choices. You can become the passenger or you can become the driver. Ultimate aim is to go to Kulu Manali. How you reach is yours. You want to enjoy the driving or the pleasure of driving, then learn driving.
Right.
Okay, so the pleasure is always in driving. I don't know. I always like driving rather than sitting in a passenger seat.
Yeah, so I also love to be in the driving seat in literal sense, because I've always never wanted to be in sales. In the sense, not that now I believe that sales is very, very important, but somewhere I was always thinking I want to be in the driver's seat. I don't want anybody else to dictate what I should be doing. That sort of a thing was there, which means ultimately it's about being in command. That's and in control over your thought processes, your mind, and that's the most important thing. So
yes, absolutely.
So Arun, see, many of us are aware of the benefits of Vastu, but does everyone follow that? Does everyone take action to incorporate those changes, even though they know that it is beneficial to them? No, they don't do, right? So is it right if I say that the actions that I take to incorporate those changes to improve the vibrations, those are my karmas, and therefore that is going to have an impact on my destiny? And if I don't take don't take any action, that is also my destiny. Is that a right understanding? Is that right?
Yes, absolutely right. And see, I'll give you another very good example which happened with me. I was listening to one of the motivational speakers, and he said that if you want to change your destiny, then the moment you wake up, make your bed. Make your bed. And you have to do it yourself. You make your bed. Fine. And I said, yaar, how stupid is it? How will my company run if in the morning, nobody's watching me do it? If in the morning, the moment I wake up and I am folding my, bed sheets, and cleaning my bed, how does it affect? You will be always surprised. What's the connection between, doing business and an IT business and all those things, and then making up your bed, which a servant can do? Okay. But I said, no, there has to be some sense to it. Now, The moment I said I'll do it for 21 days, I did it over 21 days, and my life has changed.
Really?
See, again, it comes to the same thing.
Okay.
See, whenever you wake up, the first thoughts which come to you will carry you for the whole day. Fine. So, first of all, when I woke up for the first few days, it was compulsory action for me. I have to make my bed. Fine. But this is a tendency. When you wake up and you try to make up your bed, then suddenly you become so specific about things कि ये ऐसा नहीं है, ऐसा होना चाहिए, which means the whole day you are trying to find out where all the bed is disturbed. Then I started going into my systems and I said, oh, this system is not working fine here, it should be this way. Oh, this is not working fine, it should be this way. I could observe all the minor faults in my system, which I overlooked because I overlooked my bed in the morning. Overlooking the bed in the morning makes my whole day overlook many things. And suddenly I started, in the past so many days, I've made so many changes in my system, making it more efficient. And when they make it more efficient, obviously the company, grows. Another analogy which I'll give you is, many times when people say ki, "Mera na expenses, I'm not able to control my expenses." And you'll find them saying, okay, see if your tap is leaking. If there's a tap leaking, there should be no tap leaking in your house. Now, what is the connection between a leaking tap and your expenses not being managed? And even if it is leaking, it's only a small amount. But if you start, observing and leaking taps and you start mending those on time, the thought process comes in, even small things matter. So you will get into this, oh, chai mein itna mera leak ho raha hai, or this expense is more. The moment you start observing those small expenses, because you made a habit of, checking the leaking tap. So you always say, check the leaking tap. You will manage your expenses. So what I'm trying to say is, it's all about your thought process, the way you manage your thought process. And any shastra, vastu, or anything, numerology or anything, when people say do this, it has a meaning because it is actually changing the way you think. And again, coming back to the same, you change the way you think, you change your karmas, the destiny is changed.
Perfect.
Well, could I
Yeah. See,
correlate on that?
What I'm seeing is each of these it is linking to each other. It is not that they are distinctly different. And my understanding is that the main thing is that karma. Everything revolves around karma. Is that right understanding? Good.
Karma starts from the thought process. Karma is not the action.
Correct.
It's like this. You cannot say you are honest if you never got the opportunity to cheat.
Correct. Right.
Okay. So you cannot say I'm honest. No, I didn't get the opportunity to cheat. I'm honest only when I had the opportunity to cheat and I didn't cheat. So by looking at me that I didn't cheat anyone doesn't mean that I'm not a cheater. But in my thought process, I'm just looking for an opportunity.
And the minute I get the opportunity, cheat. I will do it. Right.
So you have to watch your thought, not your action.
Right.
And that thought is your actual karma.
Good. Great. Yeah. So any message you want to share with our viewers in closing?
Yeah. Take life as it comes. Fine. If you have to take use of all these, when I say astrology, vastu, shastra, numerology, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. They are all science based on a lot of research. But again, don't make it a crutch for life. Don't make it a dhal for not working on yourself. It's like this. You have taken that crutch, but if you don't work on your muscles, you will lifetime need that crutch. Use that crutch till the time you can strengthen your muscles. So you'll have to work on your muscles. The moment your muscles are fine, you throw that crutch away. Now you are independent. Fine. So use all these shastras, all these sciences just to help you, but not to become slave of these. Many times I've found people that they have so many, rings in their
all
hand,
their fingers, they have rings.
They're constipated with this. Never get constipated with it. don't get constipated. Being constipated with anything is bad. Even being constipated with spirituality is bad. I've seen people constipated with spirituality. They don't, live their life. They don't enjoy. They say, "Oh, eating ripe mangoes is not good for me. I am just, Then what are these mangoes for? Gorging on mangoes is bad. But I've seen people, spiritual people, who say, no, 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 I will not eat mithai. I'll not eat this. I'll not have those luxury. I'll not go in luxury cars. Why are you living then? That again is constipated with spirituality. I've seen people constipated with spirituality, shunning. नहीं, मैं सोने की थाली में नहीं खाऊंगा. मैं पत्तल में ही खाऊंगा. Even if somebody says, yeah, please, मैं दे रहा हूँ, खा लो. What's the harm? No, 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 no. I want to shun this. No, you've not come here to shun. You've come here to enjoy. You've come here to, have the pleasures of the world. That's why we have come here. But never get constipated. Not with spirituality, not with materialism. स्थित प्रज्ञ वही होता है. Neither too materialistic, neither too spiritualistic. Balanced. Life is beautiful. I'm telling you, life is beautiful.
Yes.
Enjoyable.
Absolutely. Thanks. Yeah. Viewers, I don't know what to say. It was such a wonderful session. So, itna maza aa gaya mujhe. And I hope you guys also are enjoying, you're taking notes. And if you have not taken notes, watch the episode again. The analogies which Arun has been sharing, those points that he's driving home through the analogies, it will always remain. So watch the episode, make your notes, follow them. As he said, life is meant to be enjoyed, not to be endured. So do whatever it takes to enjoy life. Yep. So viewers, if you enjoyed, or you got value from this episode, do like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And before I end, normally I announce what's going to happen in the next episode. This time I'm not good. I'm going to leave that as a suspense, and I'm going to ask you guys to let me know what topic you want us to cover. Because these are all interlinked things, and if we can get an understanding of each of these areas, it can help us. But as Arun rightly said, you should not make it a crutch, but you should be aware of these things so that you can create the life that you want. Okay, so post your comments, post your questions, and also what topic you would like us to create an episode on for the next one. So based on whichever topic has the maximum number of suggestions, we'll go with that. Because at the end of the day, we have our thoughts, we are sharing some things which we feel is important. At the same time, there could be some areas which you would like us to cover. So feel free to post your comments, and we will just take it up. Arun has always been ready to share his knowledge. He's got immense knowledge in all these areas. Why not? Why shouldn't we take advantage of it? Take advantage of it. Let's learn. Let's improve our lives. Okay. With that, Arun, thank you very much for being
Thank you so much.
Always ready to come and share your thoughts, your view with my community. It's wonderful having you here, and so much of learning is happening for me, and I'm sure for my entire community. Thanks a lot, and see you.
Thank you so much for giving this opportunity.
See you in the next episode. And there's going to be, I can tell you, whatever be the episode, whatever be the topic, it'll be an amazing one. Bye-bye.